like movies. We like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin versus the World. I'm SeptumSin. We have changed the title of our anime update to the new DVD/Blu-ray releases for TV and movies. Now, what does this mean? Well, for you who are here only for the anime, I'm always going to be front-loading it from here on out. You don't have to listen to my picks for things that I think are interesting because I'm going to be covering everything. So if you want to hang out for the rest, that's cool. If you're not here for the anime, you can kind of just fast forward and you will be to the non-anime related releases. This will help you keep on top of things. I'm going to still be doing that little bit extra with the anime because I like to try and just show where I would probably buy this if I was going to buy it. So let's talk about something I did purchase and is being shipped to me right now, which is Spy Family Season 2. Now, for those of you who are living under a rock, Spy Family is about this guy who is a, well, spy. He has gone to this country undercover in order to try and find this one particular dude, but he's really hard to get. So he has to have a family, specifically a child, that they're going to try and put into the same school to try and, befriend his child and have him have contact. So they find Anya, who is this little girl right here with the pink hair. But she was also part of an experiment where she has telepathic powers. He doesn't realize. And then they hook up with a wife who he ends up marrying in order to go. But she is actually a secret assassin for the evil government. Well, maybe not evil necessarily, but for the rival government. So technically, you've got the assassin and you've got the spy, and neither one knows. So they're together as a family. And then, of course, you have a psychic dog down here at the bottom that joins at the end of season 1. Now, this one's a shorter season. This is why they did the full release. They haven't yet been asking for $52 for 6 episodes, but I expect that to be in the future for Crunchyroll. So this second season is complete. There is supposedly a special edition. Let me see if I can find it here. Not Famlit. Because there was supposed to be a special edition. There it is. There's the limited edition of season 2. So it's not that much more. It's got a nice booklet. It's got a little standee, art cards, of course. I mean, it depends on how much you really want to set up the series. To me, I don't need all this. I don't have room for all this. I have a lot in my collection. I'm trying to get stuff out of my collection. I don't need like big space like hoggers right here. But for those of you who do love these, especially if you're a real big fan of this series, this can be for you. Very well recommended. So also the movie is coming out. Now, why is it I'm on Walmart.com? This is done by Crunchyroll. The standard edition is done through Crunchyroll, but there is a Steelbook edition that is a Walmart exclusive. So for those of you who are big on this, and for me, I came close to canceling my order and getting this. I didn't realize this until not too long ago, but my version of the movie is already shipped. But I'm telling you, the viewer who may not have ordered this or pre-ordered it like me, that there will be a Steelbook edition, well, out of stock. Never mind. Well, the standard edition is still available at Crunchyroll, but I keep an eye on this just in case. Walmart tends to not make them limited, at least to my knowledge. It's probably just out of stock at the moment. They probably will refill. I'd keep an eye on this space just in case. You never know. All right, next on our list is A Sign of Affection, the complete season. So, being from Crunchyroll, that means 12 to 13 episodes. Let's see exactly how many we got here. 12 episodes. Now, let's see what it's about. When college students Yuki and Itsumi meet, their interactions are naturally effortless. His kindness and curiosity for Japanese language puts her heart at ease. Now, in a new world of emotions, could this crush blossom into something more? I mean, if you want this, you know who you are. I'm not sure this is for me. I might watch it streaming. Actually, I don't stream a lot these days, even though I do have a Crunchyroll account. But it might be one of those that I stream eventually. I'm currently watching Quasar of Stigmata. Yeah. But it might be interesting. Art style is definitely different from what I'm used to seeing here. Almost looks like a Korean art style. So this up here is called me added something here. Oh, so my instant death ability is overpowered complete collection. So this one is the, of course, 12 episode series under Sentai. And let's see here. We've got when Yugiri Takatao and Tomochika Danora are transported into another world along with classmates, they seem to be left out when others are gifted with amazing superpowers and the chance to become sages. They are doomed to become dragon bait? Or could it be that they already have a few special abilities of their own from back home that no one is expecting? That would be extremely helpful, as there aren't many people left that they can trust. Least of all, they're now power-mad former classmates and the sages who supposedly defend this world, and my instant death ability is overpowered. Now, there is another one, but apparently I just never got to. So let me just do this real quick. Okay, Juju. Okay, Juju. TSUKISN. So we're doing it live. Because there is a Jujutsu Kaisen release here that is just being released. So let's go to category type, home entertainment. Yes, it's this one, I believe. Yep. Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya Incident Season 2. Now, this one's kind of interesting in and of itself. I never got into it, but it is one of those new, what is it? Shonen series. One of those that, you have like martial arts, you have them eating demon fingers and all sorts of really interesting stuff. And this is a season 2 release. This is a complete edition for season 2. So, yep, episodes 30 through 47. So if you haven't gotten it and you love Jujutsu Kaisen, this is where you can get it. This is the limited edition. They have a standard. So, this is the stuff that comes with it. Art cards, stickers, bookmark, booklet, all the fun stuff that those of us run for, those little trinkets. All right. So we're done with the anime. Those of you here for just anime, you can go. But for those of you who are here for other stuff, we're just about to get started. Now, one that I am interested in getting, one that I've seen recently, is Moana 2. Now, this is the 4K Steelbook. I don't know if I'm going to go Steelbook. I might even just take it to Amazon, put it on my wish list, and be done with it, because I'm not really ready to purchase it just yet, and I don't think it's going to I don't think it's going away anytime soon. It really wants me to go to the it really wants me to just go regular here. So yeah, I'm not doing the $48 4K for that. Blu-ray is all I need. But and I'll wait for it to go down a little bit first. It's all right. It's not as good as the original. It is gorgeous though, animation-wise. So it might be one that could be worth waiting for the 4K to come down. It's got some amazing visuals. The story is okay. I mean, it's just kind of a continuation. It's one of those Adventure Quest things. World, are people in danger? Got to go save them. Okay. Adventure A, B, C, D, bam. And there we have it. But still, not a bad movie. Next one up, Devil's Stay, Blu-ray. So this is one, of course, this looks to be coming from Well Go USA. So definitely Asian picture that has been adapted. A heart specialist doubts his daughter's death after an exorcism, believing her heart still beats. Amid her 3-day funeral, he and a priest clash over the truth, each trying to prove their stance and potentially save her life. So it'll be interesting to see. Well Go stuff is interesting. Some of the stuff they put out there, this looks like it could be kind of horror adjacent. Or even more thriller, something that might be worth checking out. After that, Tulsa King Season 2, that Sylvester Stallone driven series. I've heard it's really good. I have heard it is really good. Will I buy it? Probably not. But you may want it. You may be a huge follower of it, and maybe you wanted to own it for yourself. So this is your chance. So Losing Ground, which is done out by Milestone. This is a picture, let's see here. Sarah Rogers, a professor of philosophy, is writing a dissertation on nature of ecstatic experience in art and religion. Her husband, Victor, is a painter of abstract canvases who finds his eye drawn to people and landscapes. When the couple rents a country house for the summer, crazy ads, the intellectual and emotional boundaries defining their world begin to shift as Victor turns painting realistic pictures and pictures featuring a local girl, while Sarah agrees to act in a film made by one of her students. Well, this has foreign art piece written all over it now, doesn't it? If you want to watch it, you know who you are. Looks interesting. Had to be in the right mindset myself to watch something like this. This is definitely Jake's thing, though. I think that he would definitely enjoy this. So, Jake, if you're watching, bookmark that. All right, 11 Rebels, another Well Go title, 4K. Amidst the Boshin War, brutal conflicts, a motley squad of criminals and samurai undertakes a desperate defense of a fortress. Their stand triggered by clashing interests of the Shibata clan, the shogunate, and the new government. I'm not sure if this is quite a period piece or not. Maybe it is. A lot of the samurai movies, they kind of go back and do that. Not sure about it myself, but might be interesting. Next up, Imaginary Heroes, Sony Pictures. That's going to be out and about. In this mixture of drama and quirky humor, the Travis family experiences a stunning tragedy which begins to unravel them. Teenage son Tim views his life as a bad dream. His father Ben turns out and treats his wife and children like strangers. His mother, Sandy, sharpens her tongue with sarcasm and dulls her senses with pot. Oh, yeah. While struggling hard to conceal the secret that threatens to ruin them all. Art house. I mean, you got Sigourney Weaver starring in this, so it might be fun to watch. I'm curious about fun being relative. Bon Voyage, another Sony Pictures release, 2003 Sony Pictures release. Bon Voyage, let's see here. Well, let's see if I can find it on here. From Jean-Paul Rappeneau, the director of Cyrano de Bergerac and The Horseman on the Roof, comes a larger-than-life romantic comedy about a motley group of Parisians who head south to escape the imminent German occupation. Among them is an undercover Nazi spy who, intent on stealing a top-secret formula from a pretty physics student, has her eyes on a handsome murder suspect who is hot on the trail of the real killer, a celebrated mistress of spineless government minister. So this has all of the lines of art house. It's French. It's got a acclaimed director, and it's done during World War II. I have to say that is pretty much what you would expect. All right. I guess we're going to keep up with the French films here with Monsieur Ibrahim. In Paris, a Turkish shop owner befriends a Jewish boy in mid-teens. Dang, when do we get into the art house stuff here? I mean, keep this in mind. I watch art house stuff a lot of the time, but it's just that's more of Jake's thing. I think that he would really be into this. He's in a slump at the moment, but I do know that when he's into watching stuff, this definitely fits his. Yeah. All right, so Gunner, definitely not art house. I can tell that by the cover there. Released by 2024, apparently. War veteran Colonel Lee Gunner takes his two sons on a camping trip and their Uncle John to reconnect with them after being at battle for so long. The trip goes awry when John stumbles over a tripwire and sets off an explosion, alerting a gang of violent bikers in the midst of a massive drug operation. Not anticipating Gunner's elite combat skills, the gang members are taken out one by one. The boys try to go for help, but end up right in the arms of Dobbs, the son of a kingpin, Kendrick Riker, who runs the organization from prison. With no one but himself to turn to, an enraged Gunner wreaks havoc to rescue his two sons until he gets to the top and confronts Riker. You don't cross Gunner. Oh, my. It looks interesting. Definitely not art house by any means. By any means, way, shape, or form. I have noticed that a lot of times now, more and more films are releasing region free, which is great. I mean, as it's got like it's foreign in its film origins, but I have noticed that as time has gone on and Blu-ray has become much more of a niche thing, unfortunately, more and more of these things are being released as like region free things here. I mean, you still have your ones like this, but even here, like you got this Craven the Hunter one, which is coming out sometime in the near future, and it's region free. So I actually like that. I think that's the way to go. This whole region locking thing is BS. It really is. All right, back to it. Half a Chance Blu-ray, released by Kino. Original date 1998. So my stomping grounds. Alice leaves prison after having served an 8-month sentence for car theft. Her mother, who has just died, leaves her a cassette on which she admits to the mystery of her birth. Alice has never known her father. 20 years before, her mother had loved 2 men. One of them is unknowingly her father. Alice goes off to find the 2, But before discovering which is her father, she gets them involved in an adventure. That's interesting. You never know what it could be. Moving right along, Kino again. I recognized the thing before I even got to it. The Black Tulip. So we're going a little bit further back, 1964 Black Tulip. In 1789 in France. What is it with the French films? All right, in 1789 in France, the outlaw, the Black Tulip, steals from the nobility for himself. But the poor believe he is a revolutionary. He is actually the womanizing Count Guillaume de Saint-Preux, who has a love affair with the married Marquise Catherine de Vigogne. When Chief of Police Baron Lamouche plans a scheme to arrest the Black Tulip, the bandit is scarred on the cheek, leading Lamouche to suspect Guillaume might be the Black Tulip. Well, it sounds entertaining, if anything. kind of like a Zorro type deal. All right, Evil Dead is getting a Walmart exclusive steelbook. It's also from its Shout Factory re-release, and this is the remake. I do need to get a steelbook version of this. I've got steelbook for pretty much every single one of those. Well, maybe it's not. I mean, since it's not originally of the series, because I've got the most recent release for the Evil Dead Rise. That's not in steelbook, and this is a part of that series, so that's fine. Because I've got 1, 2, and Army of Darkness on steelbook, and I think that's fine there too. So yeah, I think it's good. But this one was okay. It had some interesting scenes. I admit, it's not quite as quirky as the original Evil Dead movies. It doesn't have Ash, or at least not this version of Ash, but it's still not bad as far as horror movies go. I mean, it really isn't. World War Z has a Walmart exclusive steelbook, also from Shout Factory. World War Z is one of my wife's favorite films. I personally think it's okay. I mean, it is definitely unique. I love the swarming zombies. They are truly interesting as far as just the big, like, overwhelming swarms of them as they just move over like the hills and so on, when they were climbing over the wall in Jerusalem. It was a really neat version of a zombie horror. So, I mean, it was a really good one to watch, but not my favorite of the zombie films. But I'm not a huge zombie person. I've never have been, really. The General's Daughter 4K. So, I have never seen The General's Daughter, believe it or not. Let's see here. When the daughter of a well-known, well-respected base commander is murdered, an undercover detective is summoned to look into the matter and finds a slew of cover-ups at West Point. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard it's a decent film. Will I be getting this? Probably not, but Paramount Pictures putting it out. One day I'll watch it. It is on my list to watch. And who knows, maybe I'll fall in love with it. And if I fall in love with it, then maybe at that point. So Harlequin is getting a number of different ones. This one is the 4K release from Powerhouse Films. A modern-day politician is faced with an incomprehensible in his mystical fantasy. Senator Rast is a very powerful man, but his is nothing compared to the extraordinary power of the enigmatic stranger who mysteriously comes to visit him. All right, well, yes, indeed. If any of y'all out here have seen it, and if you are watching this now live, I don't know how. I usually guerrilla throw these up there when I do, and then I share them on Mondays. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe good. Wolfman. Now, this is a fairly recent film. It came out this year. Universal is putting the 4K out. This is another one of those that takes it restarting, I guess, the Dark Universe again. A man must protect himself and his family when they are being stalked, terrorized, and hunted by a deadly werewolf at night during a full moon. But as the night stretches on, the man begins to behave strangely. So, I don't know. Maybe good, maybe bad. I don't know. I'm not a big werewolf movie fan. That's Dave's territory, not mine. I still can't. I still don't like watching an American Werewolf in London. I just don't. I think it's a good film overall. I don't know. I just am not a werewolf film person. But there are a lot of people who are, and I think really the Howling series and Teen Wolf are my favorite werewolf films. So it goes to show you. Thirst. So I do know Thirst. That's a vampire film. It's another Powerhouse Films one. This is the one I'm thinking of. This is I want to say Korean film. Let's see here. Yes, I think so. Maybe. The descendant, Elizabeth Bathory, is abducted by a cult of self-proclaimed supermen who achieve the state of superiority by drinking from the blood cows, the people, kept in a dairy farm. A strange ritual awaits her involving her marriage and cult leader. So, again, not sure. But we're going to check it out. Eventually. Not the one I was thinking of. So, Middle-earth 6 film collection, 4K Blu-ray. Almost done. I mean, that's kind of cool. You got the Hobbit films and you got the Lord of the Rings films all together. I've got my 2 extended cut collections on Blu-ray. I'm good. But they are good films. They really are. I'm not even sure if these are... It says 12 cuts. So, good God, that's a lot of content. But 4K is kind of cool. So, you never know. It might be worth having them all there. I mean, got the theatrical and the long cuts. Forbidden World, another old school movie. This is 82. This is by Shout Factory. Remote planet of Zarbia, a scientific experiment has gone horrifically wrong. An experimental life form known as Subject 20, created by an elite group of scientists to prevent a major galactic food crisis, has instead mutated into a man-eating organism. It's getting bigger. It has the ability to change its genetic structure at will. Worst of all, it's hungry. Very hungry. Last of Us, complete first season, has another 4K release. This is a Steelbook release. I've got the original 4K release. It is an amazing series. If you love the games, this is one of those few that does it right. Well worth it. Even if you haven't played the games, it's an amazing zombie series. Looking forward to season 2 and not looking forward to it at the same time. Tommy, 50th anniversary edition from Shout Factory. This classic rock opera is brought energetically to life by an outstanding cast, including many stars of the rock music industry, told through the remarkable music of The Who. This is a story of Tommy, who just a boy of 6, witnessed the murder of his father and his mother and her lover. That's interesting. I never even heard of this film. 1975, The Who. I like The Who, so maybe that's worth checking out. The Penguin. I've heard a lot of good things about this series, about the Penguin from I guess the Twilight Batman. And he did a great job. I've heard this is an amazing series. Haven't gotten to it. I do want to eventually get it, but it's $50 and I'm not willing to pay $50 just yet. If they ever put it on sale, I'll think about it at that point. All right. Godzilla versus Biollante. I don't have to talk much about this. It's the 80s version of Godzilla. And yes, it's another one of Godzilla. He fights a monster. He kills the monster. He kills lots of people. This is a Criterion release. I don't think it's a part of one of the Criterion things, but maybe this is getting ready to do another Godzilla Godzilla collection. That'd be kind of cool. Arrow is releasing Deep Blue Sea, intelligent shark movie. Really good one. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know that they had 2 sequels, but and I haven't watched them, but I do think it's worthy of getting an Arrow release. It is an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it and you like shark horror, get this one. If you like plenty of shark horror, don't get this one. All right, A Woman in Paris. This is a 1923 film. This is getting a Criterion release. A kept woman runs into her former fiance and finds herself torn between love and comfort. It's an interesting concept. A lot of these older films, this is early talkies. I like these types of films. I don't think I'm going to be searching for this when I'm hunting Criterion, but who knows? It might change my mind. All right, so now we're getting into 2 releases that are coming out on March 21st. So it will be before the next Tuesday. It's going to be a little bit further. We've got a Hans Zimmer live in Prague. So we got a nice orchestral 4K collection from Mercury Studios. And finally, Behind the Door and Below the Surface, released by Flicker Alley for Blu-ray. So these are old films, 1919 and 1920. No synopsis of them, but there are some little pictures here down below. I am not sure. I mean, it's a 2-film bundle. I do like it when we get some of these early films because it's history. It is history. I've got a number of those myself, and I do need to just get in and check them out. Well, that's it. That's everything. I didn't think we had ourselves any comments, which fine by me at this point because it makes it easier for me to say goodbye. But if you have any comments, what are you looking at? What are you thinking about this time around? Do you like that I'm going in and covering everything? If you do, click that like button, hit that subscribe, share. Do it even if you don't. Even if you're just here for the animu. If you are, you probably already checked out a long time ago. But you should know this by now. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.